it's popping up with a message. Hello, we are going live just impromptu today, and I hope you didn't hear my neighbor's air conditioning turn on. I don't know about you, but we wait until it's really hot to turn the air conditioner on, and some people I know don't do that. They just think it's a certain month out of the year, so they turn their air on. So this is an impromptu live. I've been wanting to go live for a while now. I think it's been over a month. And even tonight I was like, you know what? I don't have any makeup on. I don't have my hair done, and I'm wearing my unicorn shirt. And I thought, oh well, you know what? We're gonna do it. And the setting isn't perfect, the lighting isn't perfect, but I wanted to come out and give some updates and just connect, get a video out there to say hello, that I'm still here. For some reason, I hate seeing my watch on these lives or on my videos, so I'm gonna put it over there for now. It's kind of distracting to me. Doesn't that look better? So yeah, I've been wanting to come out and do a video these last couple of months. As we were ending the school year, we're very hectic. So I don't know about you, if you have kids, how does it go for you with homework and everything? Is that better or worse? I think that's worse. I don't know about you, but we have had a ton of homework this year, and the last couple of months of the school year, we also have softball. So let me fix that because I think it's kind of annoying. There, just gonna be some yellowish lighting. I don't know. I'm not very good at the lighting things. So yeah, it's just been really hectic, and you know, my kids are my priority. So kind of sometimes my stuff gets put on the back burner a little bit. It doesn't get put away, but it goes on the back burner. And I'm bringing it out again. I've always been working on it. Whenever I get busy with everything else, I don't fully put my stuff away. I try and keep with it, even if it's just in my thoughts, even if it's just writing some sticky notes down. And I wanted to make a comment on a comment that I got on one of my I think it was a short. Yeah, I've still been doing shorts. I'm still out here. I'm not away. I know it's been a little while since I've been out here, but somebody commented on my short, and this is nothing against this person, but I think that this mentality that we can share. So hello, thanks for being here. They commented, I said something about, I don't know, going for our dreams, right? Because that's what I talk about, is our goals and dreams. And she said, one way that I'm not going to have failure in my life is just not going for my goals and dreams. So thank you. You're so sweet. That's really nice. I was like, I'm coming out here even without like makeup and hair, and I'm just doing it because I've been wanting to all day. But yeah, the comment was, I can't fail if I don't go for it. And honestly, and I want to know what you guys think, either on the live or on the replay. And I love dreaming too, and I love going for it. And you know, I kind of feel like, here's a cliche comment, the only failure that we're gonna have is not trying, right? I feel like if we try and fail 100 times, we're doing something with our lives. We're trying those things. And that comment kind of made me sad. And I said, hey, maybe it's not the season for you to go for it. I definitely have busy and less busy seasons, and maybe you can put it away for now and just not worry about it right now. Maybe your goals that you want give you too much stress for right now. Maybe they need to be looked at in a different light, with a different different schedule that is going to clear up for you soon or whenever. Because I know when my kids were little, I couldn't really do very much else other than working and taking care of them and everything. And maybe you need to change your goals a little bit. Maybe you're putting too much stress because you're putting too many deadlines on yourself. So I kind of tried to condense that. I didn't say all of that back to her in the comment. And the person didn't get back to me. I don't know if it was a woman or a man, but Anyway, I kind of wanted to address that a little bit, that here I am, the example, okay, that I'm busy and I had to put mine away a little bit, right? During the end of the school year, we literally had 3 hours of homework a night. And sometimes that was after a softball game. So we were up until 11 o'clock, and I kept telling my kids, it's just a side story, that it was the weekend before. And I was like, this is the last push. It's Saturday night, we're doing homework. And Sunday night, we're doing homework. And I said, this is our last push. And then Monday, new assignments popped up. And I was like, okay, well, we're doing homework again. It's the last push. Tuesday, the same thing happened, but we had a softball game. And I was like, all right, you guys, this has got to be the last push, because the last day of the school year was on Thursday. So it was the last push. But man, those last 3 or 4 nights we were up until 11. So anyway, that's not what we're talking about. That was just a little intro why I haven't been out here very much, but the kids are on summer break. I still work, but I feel like I get a break too, because I don't have to do homework at night anymore with them. But what I thought we could do is set ourselves up for the week together, because it's Sunday night where I'm at, probably for you too. And it's June 7th, but I haven't really set up my goals for the month, and we're going into summer. So I thought we could kind of set up our goals for this summer also. I don't have a ton of time. You guys probably don't have a ton of time either. So I kind of thought we could just get to it and maybe brainstorm. I don't know if I'll give you a lot of time that's quiet, because I like to jabber so much, and I'll tell you what I'm working on, and you can maybe get a piece of paper or your journal or planner or whatever you're working on or with. I have some pens that are my colorful pens. I don't know about you, I love these felt pens, and they actually smell. They smell really yummy. This one's great. So I think that's an added bonus. And actually, when you're writing with them, you can smell it when you're writing. And I think that's really cool. So I'm going to use my very own planner. And that's a quick update also, my Busy Dreamer Goal Planner. If you're new here, I created this. Ooh, look at shimmers in there. I created this, and it's coming out this month, and I just can't wait. It's on its way. That is the update, is that it's being shipped right now, and it's just taking a long time, and I'm like, it's okay. I still have a lot to do in the background. So what I thought I could do is get to this week. And if you guys have your weekly, this is what the weekly spread, okay, there we go, a little bit of lighting. This is what the weekly planner, the weekly spread looks like. And I've done a little bit of that, but kind of some things that I need to get to. I've already done some today. I had an email to do. I don't know, I need to do an Amazon. So get a piece of paper if you're planning for the week. My big goal, so my overarching goal is this right now, because I'm coming out with it. And now with the school not in, I can focus on this more and kind of marketing, but also setting up stuff on the back end, the shipping part. I want to do Amazon Seller Central, because I know that a lot of people just sell stuff on their Shopify or on their website. And even when I find stuff on there, I go out and say, is it on Amazon? Because all your credit card information is already out there. So that's one thing I want to do this week. And then I need to get the shipping kind of settled. And have you guys ever used Shopify? Because it's not simple. I don't feel like it's super simple to use. It's an okay, like to create it and build it. And the more you use it, okay, pep talk here, the more you do something, the easier it gets, right? And this is such an easy statement. This goes for our goals that we're doing, okay? Whenever you start something, no matter what it is, it's going to be harder in the beginning. And maybe, it's kind of the beginning of the month still. It's the beginning of the summer. And maybe you want to start something new. Maybe you've always wanted to do X, whatever that is. Give yourself that time to get over that learning curve or just to get into it. And I want to say it's harder in the beginning, okay? And I'm just going to say that because maybe you'll run into that with your journey and you'll just say, oh my gosh, this is harder than I thought. Maybe it's writing a book or starting an exercise program or whatever it is that you want to do, whatever your goal is, starting a business or drawing or learning, whatever it is. Give yourself the time to learn it, because I guarantee it's going to be hard in the beginning. But the good thing is that in the beginning, it's exciting. It's exciting and new, and it gets you into it. So anyway, I think for the week, I like to break it into, I have this goal and it's big, right? We have our big goal, and then we're going to say, what can I do this week? That's not everything, but it breaks it down. It breaks it down into a smaller part, manageable, and a couple of things a week that you can do, that you can just focus on. So let's say you are starting a business, or you're starting to write a book, because I've done that several times. And in the beginning, a lot of times the ideas flow, right? When you're writing or doing anything new, let them flow. Let them just if you have your computer and you want to type, let's say it is about writing. A lot of people like it structured, and they like it chapter by chapter or scene by scene. Sometimes scenes come to me like, this is going to happen in the middle, this is going to happen in the end. Let yourself do that for whatever you're doing. Just don't like say, oh, I'll remember that for later, because if you're like me, you won't remember that. So anyway, we're talking about this week, and I already have some notes here for myself to do. One thing that I used to do is when I was planning for something, I always have goals. I always have things that I'm working on that's extra, that's for me, and that's not to be selfish. I feel like this is needed, especially when you have a family and you have a job or a career and everything. You need that for you, okay? So we're getting that guilt aside, that yes, you're gonna do something for yourself. But what I used to do was I used to write, oh, I'm gonna do these 20 things this week. And then I would be disappointed or discouraged in myself at the end of that week. And I've learned from that. I've learned that it needs to be more like 2 or 3 things for the week. You know what else I need to do is a newsletter. I have not done a newsletter in a couple of weeks. And that's the other thing that I'm talking about. I think I kind of started to say it in the beginning, but I'm going to revisit it. Let me get a drink of water here. Now I'm getting thirsty. Is that just because you've put something down does not mean that you can't just pick it back up and do it in your little snippets of time that you have, okay? I had that comment earlier from somebody saying the best way to not fail is to not do the goal or the dream at all. And I don't know how you can say that for the entirety of your life, is what I was trying to say earlier, because you're in the moment right now, and maybe right now you're not up for it because of whatever's going on in your life. But that doesn't mean in a month, in 6 months, or a year that you're not gonna pick that back up and say, I'm ready now. I'm getting bored of Instagram. I'm getting bored of scrolling. I'm getting bored of that Netflix movie or series or whatever. I want something more in my life. You just have no idea. So I put some stuff down, like I put the marketing down for my book, and I'm picking it back up, and it's super exciting. And not only this, I'm like, I have so many goals for this summer. Let's see if we can manage the light now. Is that better? It is better. Okay. This side's dark. That side's light. It's how it goes, okay? I don't have a great setup right now because my family's home and I get super embarrassed doing any kind of videos in front of them. But For this summer, I'm gonna write out in my month of June, which looks way better than May did. But I want to write out some of the goals that I have, and I wanted to do this with you. So if you have a piece of paper, go ahead and grab it, because if you're like me, I have 3 months off now. I'm still working. I still have my kids and everything, but I don't have to do homework at night. So now I do have extra time to work on the things. So number one is to release this planner. So release planner, and I do have space in here for this. Actually, that is for June, but the page before it, it says this month's tasks down here, and I'm changing that to this summer's tasks, because I have a lot of goals for this summer. So I'm gonna say release the Busy Dreamer planner, and in that goal has about, I'd say 50 tasks, okay? But I'm not writing all of those out. So right now my plan for the summer is to just do the big items. I just want to put the big items. So then I also want to release one of my books. So I'm an author, and my pen name is Jean Shelby. That's a whole nother story. Jean Shelby is my grandma's name, so I took her name as my pen name because I wanted to, I think she would be proud of that. So I have a women's fiction series, and I wrote the series and I released it, and then I took them all off in order to rebrand kind of and redo the covers, and I've only re-released 3 books. So I have two others that just need to be released. So I'm gonna release, it's called Switching to Light, and I want to release that this summer. Now I have 3 books out, but 2 of them, you guys, something has just been bothering me about those 2 books, and I know exactly what it is. There are a couple of steamy scenes in them, and I've never felt comfortable with that. And I had a couple of editors, they were wonderful. I'm not saying anything bad about them, and I should have stood in my own and said, no, I don't want to do that. But they were like, you know what, you need a little bit of spice in here because it's building up to this, and you need this scene in here, or you need a couple of scenes in there. And based on some events in my life recently, if you watch my channels, I am getting into my faith like 100-fold. And I don't feel comfortable with that. And I'm standing on that ground and feeling fine about what I'm gonna do is take those scenes out and just re-upload them. But I have to do it. So, you know, it's not gonna do itself. So how do I say that? I'm gonna just say edit, what are they called? Oh my gosh, from A to Z. That one is more of a love story, but I feel like, okay, I'm reading this book right now. It's called Lulu's Cafe. It's really cute. And it just, there's no steam in it, but there is a little bit of a romance in it. And it doesn't, in my opinion, need that. It doesn't need that spicy scene. You know, they touch hands, and that's really significant, or they look at each other a little bit too long. And I like that. Anyway, that was my confirmation that I can take those scenes out and it's fine. So edit from A to Z, and it wasn't Welcome to Garden Valley. Oh my gosh, why am I completely blanking on this? I have them right here. Hold on. I have just, this room is such a mess. This is one project that I want to do. I don't have it in here. Maybe it's just the one book that has the same. Oh, that's so much easier. I know I'm rambling, you guys. Okay, I'm sorry. So this is one of them, but it has this not for sale. This is one of my books. I love it. I love that book. So it's only from A to Z. So that's better. And re-upload. And then, so this summer, I mean, even those 3 things are huge tasks this summer. And those are my own things. let me know if you guys do this. I feel like my life is, I'm one person, so I have life, one life, but it's like broken up into these compartments, kind of. I have the kid compartment, and I have my work compartment, and then I have all of my other stuff, my exercise and my faith and religion and my planner and my business and my writing, and it's all in its own little compartment. And I feel like this summer now I can have time to kind of open up that box and dive into it, and I just cannot wait. So this summer I have my planner that I'm releasing, and you know what? This is so crazy, you guys. I'm just excited about this, but I'm releasing this, but I'm also building another planner, and I haven't even released this, and I'm working on the next planner. So I'm not going to tell you what it's about right now, though. I'm kind of working on it with my kids, and oh my gosh, if I could spell. So there. And then I don't know about you guys, if you have kids, you're going to completely understand this statement. I have my house, and my kids are a little older now, like they're still in the house and everything for several more years, but with them growing up, I knew my house was just a mess, and stuff in the cupboards and in the attic and everything. And I was telling my mom yesterday, I know that I put off cleaning out my house, and I've been doing it the last several years now, but just like doing the basics to get by, the floors and all this stuff, you know what cleaning is. And I've cleaned out cabinets and everything in the attic and everything the last couple of years, but I feel like this year, with the age of my kids, I can really start cleaning things out, because when they were younger, I thought, you know what, I would rather spend that time with them rather than say, no, I can't play with you because I have to clean out this cupboard, or I can't play with you because I have to clean out the attic. So, and I have really good kids, so I feel like that decision to spend time with them instead of cleaning was a good one, because they're really good. So this summer, I'm just gonna put house project on here, because I've told them we're gonna play some cleaning games. I know that sounds silly, but I like to play like what's under your bed type game, what's in your closet type thing. What can we find that's in there that's maybe silly or that you wouldn't expect? So yeah, I'm just putting house project, and I know there was another thing and I can't remember, but I think that's plenty for the summer. Let me look at one other thing, because what I wanted to do, you know what? No, that is not everything, because I want to be out here on YouTube. I definitely want to do maybe a couple of YouTube challenges. And I have in my planner, let me show you here. We write out our goals, and then we do a brainstorming session. So brainstorm, let's just take this one. Brainstorm, I have a ton of papers, even though I have the planner. Goal 1, and then I have this progress progress tracker, and this is really fun. I'm gonna do this for YouTube, and I've done it before. If you guys are on YouTube, you'll know what I'm talking about, a 30-day challenge or something. Like, you come out here every day for 30 days and kind of just see how many people you can collect to your community. And I love doing that, and I love seeing the progress in the numbers also, and how many people like respond to it. And I don't know when I'm gonna do that yet, because maybe in July, my birthday is that month. So maybe I can come out here and I'll have my planners. Ooh, okay, thank you. You guys helped me work through that. Or this helped me work through that. Now, where did I put my, oh, here it is. YouTube challenge, I'm gonna put July. So there we go. It's been 25 minutes, and we wrote a couple of things on this week to focus on. And then I didn't say specifically for this month, because I think that for me in my planner release, I have to do shipping, and then the Amazon Seller Central. And I need to get I do have this planner as a digital planner, but it's big. It's a big file, and I need to figure that out. And if it's just my computer that kind of bogged down by it, but yeah. All right. In about 25 minutes, I got you caught up. I'd say it's probably 15 minutes because take out some of my rambling, but we planned for the summer, kind of. We did big picture planning, and it can be this easy, okay? So I know that sometimes people say going for your goal, you have to be all in all the time. And yes and no, okay? We have to be all in to the point of being a little bit dedicated to it, but it doesn't have to overshadow everything else. And I'm the example of this because my kids are my priority. You know, I have my career that I have to show up to, right? And perform and have deadlines, and all the house stuff and everything. And I still am dedicated to my projects. You know, I have my books that I've written. They're right here. I have boxes of them, and I'll talk about that in a second, but I have a couple of the books here. I have my planner that I've done. I went through a whole course in order to learn how to do this. You can check out my my channel for this. It's called Print School, but I do have a little affiliate code, and it's so much fun. The course was so much fun, but I was dedicated to seeing these through to the end, but that didn't mean that I dropped everything else. And this is all I worked on in order to get them done. I feel like, you know, we're here. We don't have to rush. We don't have to say, if I don't spend 10 hours a week on these, what's the point? You know, I'm not going to do it. And I would say I probably spent, you know, 5 to 20 hours some weeks, because some weekends I could do that. And some evenings, not the last couple months. I mean, that's for sure. I might have gotten 10 minutes a day on this stuff. But it still moved forward, and it was still in my heart, and it was still on my mind to go for it. And part of the reason for that is because it's fun. This stuff is fun that I'm working on. I've chosen goals that I really enjoy to do. I really enjoy doing. And I want that for you too. So maybe step one isn't writing down the nitty-gritty tasks like I just did, or planning for the whole summer for these big overarching goals, right? Maybe for you, step one is writing down the goal and writing down what you want to do and what you want to accomplish. And you guys, this is not a sales pitch, okay? Because I am going to go through this more in detail when I get the planners, because this is, if you're new, this is my planner that I designed, and I walk you through how to get your goal. But I am going to do that somewhat out here on YouTube too, to show you how to do this and how to get to your goals. Because some people ask me, how did you even come up with that? How did you come up with that thing that you like? And I break it down. And first of all, I look at what I call the pillars of our life. What are the things that are really important to us? Are they your family? Maybe you have a goal for that. Maybe it's your health. Maybe you're going for a career. Maybe you're going for a new degree in something. Maybe you need some downtime, and you need to write out a goal for that. What does that look like on your downtime? Are you just sitting there? Probably not staring at a wall. You know, we can't do that very long. But I walk you through how to get your goals, and then give you the space to write out your goals and break them down. And then we have the planner part of it. So you can kind of, let's say goal number 3 in your progress tracker, and you have the progress tracker, and you say, okay, I have 1 and 2 or 1 right here for goal number 3 that I'm going to work on this week. And here's goal number 4. I haven't filled it out yet because I want to fill it out with you guys. And I'm going to do number 1 or number 5, wherever you are this week. And you're going to write that in for this week. And it's going to be a step-by-step for you. And a lot of people ask me, how do you have time to do all of this? Because I take it step by step, and I don't say, I've got to do this whole goal tonight. I have to do this whole goal this month, because obviously that would be so overwhelming and not very much fun. We want to have fun with it. So I think that's it for tonight. I really wanted to come out. I'm so glad I did. My daughter was downstairs and she's researching some video games, and it's just so cute. She has my computer, and she's 15, and she'd be so embarrassed if I said this probably. If you guys have kids in teenage years, do they still like Bluey? I know Bluey is kind of, that hurt my shoulder. I know Bluey's kind of new, but my daughter's 15 and she's in high school, and she says kids there still love Bluey. They have Bluey backpacks, Bluey notebooks. And we went to Walmart, and there were some Bluey video games, and she wanted to see if they look like they're any good. So she's researching that. So my daughters see the things that I do. You know, I have YouTube, and I have my books and my planners and everything. And they do see me get overwhelmed. Like, I'm not perfect, but they see me going for it. And they somewhat emulate that also. They somewhat do that. And that's what she's doing. She said, I'm not going to just sit around and not do anything this summer. And so we're doing this sort of thing also, where we're planning for the summer. So she definitely has items on her list. And hopefully now, if you're watching this on the replay, since we're almost done, you have where's my list? You have some things on your list also to get you going. If you don't, I think my next video is going to be a little bit about how we can come up with some of your goals. So hello, thank you for being here. I'm just ending too, but that's okay. I appreciate you being here. And I was just saying how I'm going to be out here a little bit more, because now I don't have my kids' homework to do. I didn't do it for them. Okay, maybe a little bit, because there were some nights where it was just so late. And I was like, oh my gosh, let me just type that for you. Just tell me what you want me to type, so we could go to bed before midnight. But anyway, I don't have that homework anymore, so I will be out here more. I'm very excited about it. I don't know about you. I'm not a summer person, even though my birthday is during the summer. I don't like the heat. Like, the heat just gets to me. And we even have a pool, and that's great and all, but you're not going to just like sit in the pool all day. So anyway, I'm not complaining, because I am excited about more light during the day, because it kind of feels like you have more time to do your things, to do your goals. So I'm quite obsessed with going for our things, and for encouraging you to do the same. So I hope you stick around. Thank you for listening to me ramble. I kind of 34 minutes of getting it out there and connecting again. So thanks for being here, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.